Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, Moon Day, named after the moon, ruled esoterically by the moon, the 23rd of June. Sun is in Cancer, actually conjunct Jupiter. The moon is in Gemini. We'll talk about the astrology as we get through it, but the cards I've pulled for this day are the Three of Wands, the King of Cups, some Sun, Jupiter conjunct Cancer vibes, and Primal Fear, Reptilian, parallel timeline. So, if you're a wand, you're a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this is the Three of Wands. I always look at this as like leaving the Shire, right? We're getting out of our safety and normalcy and moving to new horizons. So, grasping opportunity, putting your plan into motion, very Mars and Virgo. Executing the details, giving the idea space to breathe and find its own path, Moon and Gemini. But we are making moves, Saturn conjunct Neptune and Aries. It's no longer suck your thumb and wait for the perfect conditions. It's like get your gear together and make the moves. So, Three of Wands, I expand my horizons on page 106. The Three of Wands suggests you are moving ahead with success, confident you are aligning your skills and a talent to achieve something of value, not only for yourself, but for others too. Mars and Virgo. Sun and Jupiter conjunct in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer. You have acquired all you need for your self-care, and now you're taking your lambus bread on the road. Whether you have set your sights on furthering a career or business to support yourself, or perhaps other dependents, you feel that you are being called by life to manifest something of significance. Neptune conjunct Saturn in Aries. It's like, what am I here for? What's my mission? You sense a growing purposefulness in your character, having clearly understood what is important to you and how you might change some small part of the world in front of you for the better. Neptune conjunct Saturn in Aries. It's like, I want to dream. How does my dream make practical commitments in the real world as a self? Like, how do I do it? I want to be Harry Potter, like my t-shirt, the wand moves. I got to leave the under the staircase and go to Hogwarts. Even though there's something to fear, ultimately, right? In a sense. Voldemort, you want to get on that road. In the artwork of the card, a strong figure stands with his back to us, overlooking a mystical cityscape of jeweled towers and turrets. A wand is held securely in his left hand, an offering or a signal. A series of extraordinary tentacled creatures hover before him, emanating energy traces that warp the sky. From the calm, solid countenance of the man, we can assume these creatures or mystical entities are benevolent and are attracted to him. It's as if they are there to bestow some gift or exchange, and we see that one of them is drawing close on his left and is releasing a shower of gold pieces, Venus and Taurus, like we are being blessed. This figure stands in his power, confident and ready to receive the riches and energy they bring because he is clear about the greater purpose this abundance will serve, right? Mars and Virgo. It's like, how will this serve me and others? In his book, Power versus Force, the professor David R. Hawkins describes how influential and powerful figures in the world emanate warmth, sincerity, and openness. Very much Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, Moon in Gemini. Right? Warmth, sincerity, and openness, treating everyone as an equal, and above all, aware of the responsibilities of their position. This success carries with it the opportunity and the obligation to be the very best one can be, Mars and Virgo. It's like, let's make it our sharpest lives. He points out that the very successful people realize that they are channels through I lost my place. They are a channel acted through to create success in the outer world with little anxiety about losing their status or success. North Node in Pisces, you're a conduit. This solid confidence comes from the knowledge that the source of their success is inside them, a quality of being, rather than something out there that they need to exercise control over. There is a clear distinction to be made. Force is something you have to apply to move something to gain momentum. Power, on the other hand, is something that you emanate and have readily access to anywhere. Pushing away versus pulling in. When the factors of power are fully understood, all fear of threat or being diminished by circumstances fades away and you can move forward. An example of true power is seen in the logic-defying strength of the great energy masters practicing Qigong. Often small, seemingly fragile people can withstand even the most sustained and violent attack without any need to resist with force, because they're able to channel chi, or the flow of energy in the universe, through themselves. The Three of Wands is calling you to connect with your inner power, the attractor force that draws things towards you and enables you to expand your horizon. Work on crafting a compelling vision for yourself that inspires and empowers you. to develop your talents, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, your connections, Moon in Gemini, Pluto retrograding in Aquarius, and attracts the people, resources, and opportunities you deserve. Mars in Virgo, Sun, Jupiter conjunct in Cancer, Venus in Taurus, right? The Three of Wands, grasping opportunity, putting your plan into motion, giving the idea space to breathe, and finding its own path. You can't force it, but you do have to make moves out. It's like a race in F1, like Formula One race car thing. You can't stay at the pit stop forever, but it is good to be gassed up and ready for the next lap. But there's no perfect time, in a sense. The clarifier is the King of Cups. Like, he's got his battle gear on. Maybe he's saying, I need a coffee, and I want to look at the beautiful sunrise before I go get the skulls of my enemies. But, yeah, so you want to be prepared, but you can't just wait forever for the perfect moment kind of thing. Sometimes you got to make moves, even though you have fear, which we'll get to. But King of Cups, 82, page 82. I bring peace and harmony, the earthy, the grounded part of water, the emotions and intuitions, compassionate and kind nature, Sun, conjunct Jupiter and Cancer, Moon in Gemini, dramatic and living grandiose, receiving artistic success and believing in self and others, right? Mars in Virgo is like, we're here to be of service. How can I serve you? Maybe you're not driving the race car, maybe you're in the pit crew, but you're servicing the situation to such a degree that the race car can complete its race, right? You don't have to be Harry Potter, even though we're all our own hero's journey. Like, Gandalf is stronger than Frodo, but Frodo has his own trip. So we all have to do it. And the thing that usually prevents us from doing that is fear, primal fear, reptilian brain fear. This is number 28. And there's been a lot in the zeitgeist that's making us feel the palpably fears. 28, reptilian primal fear parallel timeline on page 67. There are many reptilian beings within our galactic family, but few are hostile. However, because they seem ugly and alien, humans often project negative attributes on them. They represent the unprocessed and denied fears within us. These primal fears create illusion for the purpose of protection and survival, the shadow of Sun and Cancer. But these illusions are rarely based on reality. This card asks you to look deep within yourself for the fears that you have not yet faced. Chiron in Aries. Trining Mars in Virgo. It's like, figure out the facts. Fear is the mind killer. This card is telling you to look deep within yourself and face fears you have not yet faced. Know that they will continue to threaten you until you confront, own, and finally embrace them as a valuable part of yourself, right? We got to do the alchemy. So, yes, it can be daunting emotionally, but we're going to have to gear up, right? King of Cups. It's like we're going to have to get our grind on, even if we don't feel like it. The shadow of the Sun in Cancer, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Virgo is like, it's got to be perfect. I got to feel just right after a day at the spa. It's like, how many days at the spa do you need until you can go attack life? Like, you've got what you need. Be aware of your situation and then make moves. Three of Wands. And doesn't mean neglect yourself emotionally, but you can't just sit there with your battery plugged in, charging all the time. You've got to go out there and make moves in the world, right? And attack things emotionally. Fear is the mind killer. Fear will prevent you from doing that. So why, ask yourself, why am I afraid? What am I defining or believing to make me feel that I'm not prepared, or I'm not, this will get me, or whatever. And when you can kind of overcome that, the journey becomes very different, right? Alchemically speaking. So I'm sure Harry Potter was scared to go to Hogwarts at some level, but he was also excited, right, to leave the false security of living under the stairs, so to speak. So hopefully that's made sense. I hope you enjoy your moon day. We've got a podcast today, 317th episode. I'll post the most recent podcast, Team Rabbit Hole podcast, in the comments. But yeah, check that out. And I hope you guys enjoy your moon day. And yeah, I got to get some coffee myself. But I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Enjoy your moon day. Adios.